Hello, everyone. My name is Ikram Mullah, and this is my intro presentation. Alright, so just to start off, my first name is Ikram, my last name is Mullah. My major is computer science. I am currently in my senior year. I'm expected to graduate in December, and I took this class primarily because it worked out for me because it was online and I have a really busy schedule. In-person classes aren't really the best fit for me right now, so I'm very much interested to see how this semester goes. It is my last semester, so I'm gonna still give it my all, but I'm sort of at that end point where I'm kind of ready to be done. So just a quick little background. Overall, as far as my culture, my dad's Indian, my mom's African, so I sort of come from both backgrounds. So that means pertaining to food. Overall, I've grown up with both Indian meals and African meals. So I have sort of like a point to jump to either or. I love both meals, both cultures for the most part. So I tend to dabble in either one of those cultures. But these are just a few visuals of what most of us tend to eat. I'm a big fan of curry on the Indian side. I love curry. Love samosas. Those are pretty much a few of my favorite meals. But curry is probably up there as far as my favorites. On the African side, this is sort of just like a visual of what most. I should be specific. My mom's Zambian, which is located in southern Africa. But this gives you like a visual of what most families tend to eat. Most meals consist of shima, or that's the term for it. It's essentially a mixture of cornmeal and water that eventually, once it's cooked up, it gets into this hardened state. It's very delicious. Mostly involves some form of a veggie, some form of a wild veggie, and either a fish, chicken, or some variation of meat. So they're mainly very balanced meals. Overall, my history. Actually, yes. Let me focus on this before I talk about my current. So my current history right now, I don't necessarily indulge as much as I used to. Like when I was younger, I'm a little bit up there in age, so I tend to focus more on healthier meals. I'm currently into rice bowls. That's kind of something that works with my current schedule for the most part. I have a full time position, so I don't have a lot of times to really sit down and cook meals. So for the most part, I tend to cook Zambian and Indian food on the weekends when I do have a lot of free time. But for the most part, throughout the week, I tend to do rice bowls, something quick, something healthy. I'm a big fan of them. They're very delicious, I think. All right. So as far as my experience with food growing up, pretty much. So my mom has owned multiple restaurants growing up. She's a professional chef, so I grew up around food for the most part. I'm trained in the culinary arts. I'm certified in knife skills. I do have a fiance, and I do most of the cooking for the most part in our household. So it's just the skills that I learned growing up. Pretty much, I do all the cooking. Work experience as far as that, I've pretty much worked in the food industry since I was, I think, 16 or 17. So I've grown up around food for the most part. It's not my profession nowadays, but for the most part, I've served, I've bartended, I've worked in kitchens. So I've been around the food industry, so I have a general idea of it. Food to me overall, I feel like it sort of changed throughout the years. Where I felt like it was more tied into sort of my culture growing up. The older I got, I felt like it transitioned into just making healthier and smarter choices to sort of prolong your life in that sense. So hopefully that worked out for everyone. I hope you have a great semester. It's really good to meet everyone. You guys have a good day.